Yeah.
Never stops.
Yeah.
Never.
So let's talk about White House Chief of Staff John Kelly. He tried to get the administration.
He tried to clarify.
Tried to clarify their position yesterday, maybe softening up a little bit in some areas, but also seemed to take a whack at Donald Trump, not really knowing the issues. What do you know about John Kelly, who we hear behind the scenes is about as tough on immigration policy as Donald Trump himself?
Well, he's a Marine, and the Marines know that if you go into combat, you've got to get everybody on the same team. You can't go into combat with a lot of divisions going on. You've got to have a concentrated idea about what the objective is here. I thought that meeting yesterday with the Hispanic caucus was one of the most important ones of the last couple of weeks because they found a way to talk to each other. America's tired of tribal warfare. That's what we've got going on now. That meeting last week, the disputed meeting about what the president said or did not say, blew up an important part of what we need to get done about DACA. Wherever you stand on it, we got to find a way we can have common ground and not have everybody go to the respective corners and only come out punching at each other.
Right.
I think if somebody were to do something dramatic, if the Black Caucus, for example, which I thought made a terrible error, one of the members said right after that meeting, Donald Trump could lead the Ku Klux Klan. Come on. I mean, that's not what it's about. Ku Klux Klan murdered people. You know, they were in white sheets. They have a terrible reputation. So instead of doing that, put together a small group in the Black Caucus or any of the other caucuses and say to the White House, we'd like to come down and have a conversation with the president in a private meeting so he understands what we're thinking and we have a better idea about what he's thinking. That's what the country wants to hear. They want to hear and see them able to talk to each other.
I think they're, well, here is John Kelly after the meeting on Fox News. Let's take a listen.
As we talked about things, where this president is and how much he wants to deal with this DACA issue and take it away, I told him that, you know, there's been an evolutionary process that this president has gone through as a campaign, and I pointed out to all of the members that were in the room that they all say things during the course of campaigns that may or may not be fully informed. He has evolved in the way he's looked at things. Campaign to governing are two different things, and this president is very, very flexible in terms of what is within the realm of the possible.
But then this morning, President Trump tweeted about the wall, quote, parts will be of necessity see-through, and it was never intended to be built in areas where there was natural protection, such as mountains, wastelands, or tough rivers or water. The wall will be paid for directly or indirectly or through longer-term reimbursement by Mexico, which has a ridiculous $71 billion trade surplus with the U.S. The $20 billion wall is peanuts compared to what Mexico makes from the U.S. NAFTA is a bad joke.
And all that, Tom, is a response to what General Kelly said. He's responding to his own chief of staff on Twitter.
You know, I was in touch with some people in the West this past week who were big Trump supporters and still are, except for the tweeting. They just shut up. Just let's get the job done here. And we want to, you know, we still like your agenda, but when you do that kind of thing, you run contrary to everything that we believe that we need to get done here. You know, General Kelly doesn't go into combat as a Marine with everybody going in 9 different directions and everybody gets a vote on it. He wants to put the group together. So Donald Trump can't be controlled. I mean, it's just, I just don't understand why, as a guy who read the country pretty well in terms of what it wanted in the campaign and how it was going to get it, that he keeps doing this, because the base is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, frankly. On the other hand, Democrats going into this year, if you're looking at what they're talking about right now, they think all they have to do is show up and they're going to get the congressional majority back again. They better have a plan. And the plan is not to go hard left, by the way they're going to be led by Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders. They've got to have a scheme that addresses the old Democratic middle, the people who are the working class Democrats. And unless they get to that, they could get beat.
Yeah, I wonder, you were saying the idea of folks being tired of tribalism. When I see that response from President Trump, what I'm sensing there is among other things, a politician who is worried about his base in a sense of, hey, am I going to look like I'm selling out my base because I won this nomination with the Republican Party on a hardline immigration stance? And when you talk about the idea of Democrats on Capitol Hill maybe reaching out for a private meeting with Trump, I wonder if the thing that holds them back, among other things, is the fear of their base. Is it going to look like they're selling out the resistance? The idea that folks want to, I would like to believe that most people out there want to overcome tribalism, but do you look at our politics over the last 5 years, 10 years, and wonder, maybe we don't?
Well, and the fact is we don't know until you try. That's the whole thing here. I mean, the current system is not working the way it is. It's not working for the Democrats. It's not working for Donald Trump. So my idea was that you throw the long ball. You play Vikings football, frankly, and you say, maybe we can get a touchdown out of this if we went down there and did our version of Seventh Heaven, which was the play that won the game for the Vikings the other day, by doing something really daring and saying, Mr. President, we want to have a conversation. We're all in this together. If he turns them down or if he abuses them when they're in the meeting or whatever. But I think the country longs for some kind of reasoned conversation going on wherever they are on the political spectrum, because Washington is playing a different game than they are out there. You can go into any community in America and they find a way to make the Board of Education work or the City Council work or whatever the Chamber of Commerce work by finding ways to get together. And everywhere I go, they all say the same thing, left, right, or in the middle. Can't they talk to each other?
Right.
Can't they find a way to get it done?
Wow. NBC's Tom Brokaw. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom.
Great to have you on. Up next, it seems the term fake news